Hello, you're welcome to another interesting civic education class. My name is Subahat. The theme of our lesson for today is democracy and national development. The topic we'll be looking at is capitalist democracy, part 1. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define capitalist democracy, explain the features of capitalist democracy, and describe how political parties compete for power through elections. There are different types of systems of government that are practiced by different countries all over the world. Democracy is one of those systems of government that has been seen as the most practiced world over. What is democracy? Democracy is a system of government where absolute power is vested upon the people and exercised directly by the people or indirectly through their elected representatives. There are different types or variations of democracy. Some of these types of democracy are direct democracy, constitutional democracy, and capitalist democracy. Now, what is capitalist democracy? Capitalist democracy or democratic capitalism is a system of government that combines democracy as a system of government and capitalism as an economic system. First, what is capitalism? Capitalism is an economic system that allows individuals to own the means of production as well as operations for profit. While democracy is a system of government that vests absolute or supreme power upon the people and exercised either directly by the people or through their elected representatives. What are the features or characteristics of capitalist democracy? Remember, we said earlier that capitalist democracy combines capitalism as an economic system and democracy as a political system. This means that it shares both features when it comes together as a political system. Some features of capitalist democracy include 1. Majority rule. What is majority rule? Majority rule is a system that involves the government taking decisions based on the will or the desires of the majority. This means that government policies and programs must be in accordance to the will and desires of the majority. Therefore, the will and the desires of the majority must prevail, but the fundamental human rights of the minorities must be respected and protected. Another feature of capitalist democracy is the rule of law. What is the rule of law? The rule of law means that every member of the society is equal before the law. It also restricts the indiscriminate use of law by those in government or in political positions. This means that governments and everyone in political positions are expected to govern the people in accordance to the laid down rules and laws of the land. It also means that the fundamental human rights of all citizens or members of that society must be preserved, protected, and respected according to the laid down laws in the constitution of that country or society. Profit principle is another feature of capitalist democracy. What is profit principle? It means that the capitalist democracy as a system supports initiatives that are geared towards the generation of profits by various private individuals and organizations. This means that every member of the society is given the opportunity to start or own a business that is geared towards making profits so as to make the society a better place or to develop that society. This means that capitalist democracy allows members of the society to contribute to the economic development of that society. Periodic elections is another feature of capitalist democracy. What are elections? Elections are formal processes whereby leaders are chosen to represent the interests of the people in government. Elections are expected to be conducted periodically. For example, in Nigeria, elections are held every 4 years. This helps in the peaceful transition of government from one government to another. The last feature of capitalist democracy we'll be looking at in this lesson is private property. Capitalist democracy respects the right of individuals or members of the society to own properties. As we all know, the right to own properties is one of the many rights of an individual or a person. Capitalist democracy encourages people or members of the society to own businesses, acquire wealth, and own properties. Now we'll be looking at political parties and election in a capitalist democracy. In a capitalist democracy, competition for political power is done through political parties and elections. What is a political party? A political party is an organized group of people that share a common political belief and ideology who are seeking to win an election so as to gain political power. This means that a group of people who have or share a common political ideology or idea and who are looking forward to occupying a political or several political positions in a country are seen as a political party. There are several ways by which political parties compete for political positions in a country. Now let's look at some ways through which political parties compete for political power in a capitalist democracy. Some of these ways include recruitment of candidates. Political parties usually recruit candidates that will represent the interest of their party during a general election when they compete with other political parties for several political positions in a country. They do this by conducting a party primary election. During this party primary election, a flag bearer that will represent the interest of the political party during an election emerges. This is one of the several ways by which different political parties compete for political power in a capitalist democracy. Campaigns are another means of competing for political power in a capitalist democracy. What is a campaign? A campaign is a series of movements and operations carried out by political parties so as to achieve the set goal of getting the electorate to vote for them during an election. Before an election is conducted in a country, the different political parties in that country move from one part of the country to another, carrying out political campaigns. They do this by letting the electorate know their intentions and all that they are set to do if they are voted into the various political positions available in the country. All of these activities are known as political campaigns. Another way through which political parties compete for political power in a capitalist democracy is known as manifestos. What are manifestos? Manifestos are public declaration of the plans, programs, and policies which a political party or candidate intends to accomplish if voted into office. This is usually issued before an election is conducted. All of this means that during the political campaign, the manifestos of the various political parties or their candidates are read out. These manifestos contain all that they are set to do and their promises if these candidates or political parties are voted into power. Some of the things that are contained in these manifestos are promises of constructing new roads, good healthcare delivery, giving quality education, and so on. All of these are read or said during the political campaigns carried out by various political parties. Finally, political debate is another way political parties compete for political power in a capitalist democracy. Sometimes, civil society groups and media houses organize political debates between various flag bearers from different political parties. Why do they do this? They do this so that these flag bearers will be able to explain to the electorate all that they intend to do when they get into power. They also enlighten or educate the electorate about their political ideologies and how these political ideologies can better the lives of the citizens. During the political debate, the moderator of the debate, the various flag bearers, as well as the audience, are given opportunity to ask questions. Also, the flag bearers are expected to answer these questions as it pertains to their manifestos and all that they are set to do when they are voted into these political positions. This is one of the major ways how political parties compete for political power in a capitalist democracy. Now that I've come to the end of this lesson, let's take a quick summary on all that we've learned so far. We learned that capitalist democracy is an economic and political system where individuals are allowed to fully own the means of production. We also learned that some features of capitalist democracy include majority rule, the rule of law, profit principle, periodic elections, and private property. Finally, we learned that some of the ways political parties compete for political power in a capitalist democracy include recruitment of candidates, campaigns, manifestos, and political debates. Now, let's take a few questions to test our knowledge on all that we've learned in this lesson. Question 1. Which of the following features of capitalist democracy explains the equality of every citizen before the law? Option A. Majority rule. Option B. Periodic elections. Option C. Pluralism. Or option D. The rule of law. The correct answer is option D. The rule of law. Question 2. One way through which political parties compete for political power in a capitalist democracy is option A. Political debates, option B. Political violence, or option C. Dismissal of candidates. The correct answer is option A. Political debates. I hope you can now define capitalist democracy and explain some features of capitalist democracy. Thanks for being part of my class. Hope to see you next time. Bye.